Hey friends, it is Monday, Memorial Day, May 26th. Popping on to go over my show from Saturday at the Fainting Goat Brewery in a town with the initials of FV. If you saw my last video, I can't say it. It sounds like swear words. Varina, I don't know. I'm not from here. It's just odd to me. So it's 70 miles each direction, and it was a absolutely beautiful day. It was perfect. I was set up in a area that was shaded by trees. It was absolutely gorgeous. I was booth like 16. I don't think there were quite 16 vendors. There might have been a dozen. I didn't necessarily count. And I got there early, got set up. We were doing great. I started taking a walk around. I went to hit the bathroom before the event started, and right next to the bathroom at the opposite end was another vendor that is a nurse doing crochet. And we had a lot of similar things. I do not know how her pricing was. I did not, I walked up and I'm like, oh, hey, another nurse that does crochet. And so she also had nursing and, a crochet thing in her name for her booth business. So that was a little disheartening that out of a dozen vendors, there were two of us that were essentially pretty darn similar. So very frustrating. A number of our items were exactly the same. The chickens, my small little duck that wears the inner tube, she had the exact same one, just in a different color. So rather frustrating at that. I still intend to reach out to the coordinator. It was really a great location. There was a farmer's market there, but I feel that because we were in direct competition with each other with the exact same product lines, that it really hurt sales. So overall, my booth fee was $60. I sold 20 items. So we are still nowhere near my fall shows. I had $215 in gross sales. Again, I'm looking for $600 shows, and these just are not happening. I don't know, again, if this is the economy. I don't know if this is how spring shows tend to go. As I've said before, I have not typically done vendor shows, craft shows in the spring. It's something I typically do in the fall and winter. I thought I would try something new. Unfortunately, this has not been a great experience as far as shows this first half of the year. So I sold multiple of my loaf cats. We sold a couple of our silicone, I've got my list of stuff here, our silicone key rings. We sold a paper card. Otherwise, things were very hodgepodge. There was just one of a whole lot of different things. My one daughter, the teenager, sold 3 items. The 12-year-old had 5 because she does the cup charms and the keychains, the silicone keychains. And then she also had a mini snake that sold. They each get paid their portion for the labor on that. Mom then gets the material costs. So still not a great show. Lots of compliments. People picked up cards, but it's just not what I've been hoping for spring. I keep seeing all these YouTubers pop up going, I made $2,000, I made whatever. And it's just very frustrating. I don't know. And then I did a Palmstreet this morning, which I'm about to give up on Palmstreet. If you don't have your own marketing and your own social media following, for everybody to follow you onto at max, I had 5 people viewing the live at any given time. I had nobody participate in my giveaway. I had nobody participate in my auction. And it's just very disheartening. So unless you have hundreds of thousands of people following you on your other social media channels that are going to follow you onto Palmstreet, it is not worth the time. I put the information out on social media. I put the information out on YouTube, but I do not have thousands and thousands of viewers, and therefore I do not have the following on Palmstreet. I continue to get small numbers, but I'm still in double digits of followers. The individuals that say they're making $700 per show, they have nearly 1,000 followers on Palmstreet. These are 1,000 people who are following their shop specifically. And my 40 or so followers are just not cutting it. So once again, I spent, an hour live plus the prep and getting everything out, putting everything away, that there was no compensation for. So this has become a reoccurring thing to where there is just not the activity. Even with a coupon, even with promotions and everything else, there is just not the money being spent unless you have a significant following for them to come over to view your shop. So super frustrating there. I definitely need to take a break and walk away from that for a while because it is just not worth my time, which is unfortunate because I really had high hopes for that. So that's where that is. So unfortunately, not the video I was wanting to make. I had other vendors really play up this location for my event the 2 days ago, and I really had high hopes going into that event at the Fainting Goat, and it just wasn't what I had built it up to be. And I did crochet another dragon while I was there. So it's the largest dragon because I used a larger yarn. I'll throw a photo up in the corner for that dragon. And all these people, I get all these special requests for things like those bear glasses things that you set the glasses down. It looks like the eyeballs are coming through. Those were really crazy. I don't know, was it over the summer? And so I made a couple of those. Nobody then purchased them. I've had a lot of requests for dragons. Now I have 3 dragons. Nobody has purchased them. So I'm just going to continue making what I want to make and continue making what I find is fun, because all these little goofy things that individuals are wanting, nobody is following through. So hopefully things pick up. My next event is June 14th. I've got a quarter auction for a fundraiser for children with disabilities to buy necessary medical equipment that insurance doesn't cover, certain wheelchairs and accessibility products. So that is the next thing. Tomorrow I pick up my mom from the airport. She's spending a couple weeks here. This weekend is the kids' dance recital. So I'm spending Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at this theater between 2 days of rehearsals and 3 days of recitals. So not a whole lot of work going to get done. Not a whole lot of crocheting will likely get done. So that is with that. We will see what the next video comes out to be. If you've got questions, please leave them in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And if you've done any Palmstreet, I would love to hear your experience. This was the first time doing an auction for me, or attempting to do an auction. This was the first time attempting to do a giveaway. And again, nobody participated in either of those. My auction was for one of my chompers, the crocodile, and then I was giving away a love cat. And all you had to do was either purchase something or share the live, and nobody registered for that either. So kind of throwing my hands up at this one. I a collaboration about vendor events and some tips and experiences with that coming up. So hopefully that will be recorded here soon and will be coming up on her platform. Once that comes up, I can link to those videos and share that. So looking forward to that. And if you've got questions or things you would like me to do videos on or a different perspective, certainly reach on out. I am also looking for ideas for what to make with all of the fun yarn I got at Joann's the week before. So if you haven't seen that video, link that up here and you can go back and watch that. I had a great variety of yarns there. So you guys take care. I hope you have a safe and healthy Memorial Day, and we will catch up at the next time.